Well, hey there everybody. Got a little quick will it start video for you. Got my 63 Diamond T been sitting here, as you can see, for a little while. Now, it's been about a year, 2 years maybe since it started it. I can't quite remember for sure. It will run. As you can see, she's got some stuff sitting up against it down here in the shed. Kid's old swing set. Got a 250 Cummins in there. Sorry, I'm not very good with the light. I think what we'll do here is we'll spend a little time and pick up some of this stuff. Toss a couple batteries in it here and see what we can do. Alright, we got most of that cleared up here for what we're going to do with it here today. So it's a 63. Sorry, the lighting's not very good today, guys. It's just about getting ready to rain here on us. But a little dark down here in the shed, but here's the old truck. Kind of gutted it out. When I got it, the rats had been in it and mice, and so to get all that stink out of it. Not much to them. I'll see if I can get on that side here in a little bit. That side of the truck's kind of full of spider webs on the other side. But we'll make it. We'll make it. See about getting these batteries out of here. They're a little crusty, but actually batteries aren't that old. Well, yeah, 2018. Couple years old. Stay. So let's see here. Thank you over there. Go. Number 2. That on there. On there. That's for my fuel pump. We'll get into that in a second. So I had the cab off of this up at my old house, and I put head gaskets in it. Had the rear head had a gasket that was popped, and it was leaking antifreeze, blowing antifreeze out the side of the head. Not a big deal. So I pulled heads off, had the cab off it, and obviously the wiring in the truck, you know, it's seen its better days. The mice have been into it. Taking the cab off, the bulkhead connector, you know, it's aluminum, it's all corroded, just pretty much fell apart. So right now I put the cab back on when we moved to drive it out here. And to get this thing running and moving, all I did was I put a simple switch in the cab. Got one wire run down to my fuel shutoff solenoid, the other wire obviously run right to the battery. So flip that switch, and then got the old handy dandy old cable run down to the starter, and then I just obviously go with positive to crank it to fire it up. But simple, just enough to move it. I unhooked the batteries when I'm not using it so they don't burn down. But that works for now to move it where I need to move it and get in and out until I decide what I want to do with this thing. But anyway, let's see if we can get this old girl fired up. So I got this truck, been a while now, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I got some videos on my other YouTube channel I had then, which didn't really use it much, the channel, and I lost the passwords and codes and whatnot. So that's over on Cummins Mega Cabber if you want to look those videos up when I got this thing running. But it ran, drove. It's got an issue on the frame over here. It's been stretched at one point. It came out of Minnesota, and they had like a dump box on it, which, you know, it worked. It was a straight truck, or had a fifth wheel plate on it originally, and they stretched it and put a dump bed on it. When I got it, they took the hoist and everything off and kept that for another project. And I picked her up, brought her home, and you know, ran and drove. Interior was original. Obviously had been sitting around, so I ran it for a while and just, you know, playing with it, tinkering here and there, planning on what to do with it. It's always ran decent. Had some head gaskets that were bad on the truck, so I went ahead and pulled the cab on it, put head gaskets and stuff in it. Liners were decent. I mean, for what I might do with this truck, I'm just gonna put new head gaskets, bolts, and whatnot in it. So I headed up at the other house in the shed. Of course, it didn't fit in my shop with the cab on it, so had it all sitting in there, and then we decided we're gonna move. We want to build a house, so we're gonna take on that venture. So I stuck the cab back on it and wanted to drive it over here. And of course, you get an old truck like this, how's the wiring in it? Not good. Not good at all. So basically this truck isn't really wired up at all. Let me check to see if there's anything in the antifreeze here. Pretty dry. Oh, let me see if I can find something. Stick in there. Well, guess it can't freeze up that way if there's nothing in it, right? I know it's got some antifreeze in it. It just hasn't really ran for a while. Oh yeah. So I stuck the cab back on it, hooked everything back up, and let's see what's back here. I haven't been back here yet. Oh boy, look at them. Look at that guy right there. Haha, get out of there. So I popped the cab on it, hooked up my fuel shut-off solenoid to a switch, and then we trucked her on out here. So here's our, I'm sorry, I apologize for the lighting, everybody. I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I like old trucks. I like tinkering. Oh, let's get up in here. A little dusty. So we got all them. Pretty simple. Got a nice little switch panel. It does have a 13 speed in it. My uncle, when they had it, they switched the 10 speed out for a 13. Don't think the power steering works on this, obviously. Doesn't have it. It's got the old cam and lever steering, which if you're watching this, you guys all know. You know the deal. You know what it took to drive one of these trucks. And I just like these old rigs, these old Cabovers. It's just fun to tinker with. Someday I'd like to do something with this. Let me know, guys, what you think I should do. Here's my little switch down here, if you can see it. That's my fuel switch right there. So I don't click, turn the fuel on. My truck had a PTO, more diff lock. No, sorry. Throttle, brake, clutch. Make sure we're neutral. Alright, good to go there. These are pretty neat, simple old units, for sure. Got the old wig-wag, which that does still work. Alright. Let me hop on out of here and we'll take it from here. 250 Cummins, naturally aspirated. Got the backdrop manifold on it, which is kind of nice. Check the oil in her here and see what's on the old stick. Before we go firing it up. Yeah, it does have some oil in it, which is not really leaking anywhere. Oh, I like to have fun with these. They don't take things too serious. It's kind of a shame this thing's sitting down here. It's really bothering me here lately. Seeing this thing sitting here. Dusty. I would tilt the cab on it for you guys, but not really wanting to do that process at the moment. I do have some photos, some pictures of that when I had the cab off, but no video for some reason. We got bored one day and I made these stacks for it. Had a box. You know, it is what it is. Kind of cool at the time. I don't know. It doesn't really fit the truck, but it sounds good. Probably full of junk now when I really fire it up. Make sure there ain't nothing in the intake. I think we're good to go. Don't laugh here now. Alright, let's try this again. I thought those batteries were charged up, but obviously they weren't, so I got a little charge in them here. Let's see if we can get this little girl fired up here quick. Come on. Need more battery. Hang on, it's around here. Let's go over here and we'll see if we can get it going. Alright guys, let's try this again. The old battery cables and stuff. I have a hot wire coming off my fuel pump, or fuel shut off. This isn't making a good connection, so I think I got it now. Let's see if this thing will start. And she's back asleep. Whew. Hey, there's some candy in there. I'll be done. Just some stuff. Whew. Smells good. Let me guys know what you want me to do with this thing. Maybe I'd like to get it doing something. Thought about finding a newer chassis, putting the cab on it, redoing the cab. It'd be probably more money ahead that way. The frame back here. Let me walk around there, I'll show you. If we can see it with the swing set on there. Doo-doo-doo. Gotta go a little Indiana Jones here. Hang on. Yeah. 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 Okay, I think we're good. Oh, look out. So, yeah, right here under the swing set. You can see it's split. When they stretched it, they had gosh, I'm sorry about the lighting. They channeled it, and the rust got up in between the frame there, and here I can show you on that side. You can see how it's spreading apart. My light. Someday I'll get this thing outside so you can see it a little bit better, but rust got underneath it and this split that splitter open. So I like the wheelbase on it, because obviously it ain't gonna be hauling 80,000, but just like to do something with it. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I don't take things, I mean, I take things serious, but I like to have fun. So I like project. I like to keep these things rolling. But anyways, there it is. Let me know what you guys think. What you think I should do with it. I would definitely like to get rid of those. And I like the nostalgic of it. The Diamond T caps, but the old split rim, not good. Not good. It's a hazard just standing here by it. Anyway, I'd like to maybe take the cab off, clean it up. Paint really isn't that bad shape. I mean, it's got some patina. Had a handrail on here that's gone. Don't know where that's at. Buffer up a little bit. Someone's already shine up. Throw a fresh coat of something on the roof. It's got a fiberglass roof on it, and I was afraid if it sat outside the hail would get to it or something. That wouldn't want to be no fun. So let me know. I'd like to take that cab anyway and maybe set it on a newer chassis. I mean, obviously you're not going to find the newer Cabover chassis to work too well, but maybe take like a, I've heard of guys taking, say, a late 90s, early 2000s Freightliner, set back front axle. Really, I guess it doesn't matter what year it is, even if it's a conventional, and cut the frame from the frame down enough to where you can get the cab to sit right, then you can put your motor and transmission in kind of to where, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm going all about it all wrong. I don't know. I just do this for fun. I mean, I do a lot of wrenching on things, but time is the biggest thing. Let me know. I like to do something with it. Cab's pretty decent. The doors have been worked on before, I think, and they got a little rot to them. Not bad. I mean, it can be fixed up. Definitely can be fixed up. You know, it's a parade unit. I'd like to be a parade unit. Conversation piece at a truck show or something here and there. But it runs, it does drive. I drove it out here when we moved. That's been a little while ago. But just had someone follow me. But yeah, I'd like to do something with it here one of these days. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Appreciate y'all taking time to look at this, and hopefully it helps you out. And I will get this thing out and get a little better video of everything. Obviously this is kind of just a, normally I wouldn't show it in this kind of state, surrounded in stuff, but that's how life is. So I like it. It's a good conversation piece. Let me see if you can see the old manifold in there. Yeah. It definitely needs a little loving, but get this big behemoth out of there, there'll be a lot of room for putting air cleaner on the back. And I don't know if anybody has a old Freightliner chassis, or even like a, you know, I don't know, be a little work, take old setback front axle Freightliner. Just talking to a guy the other day that's what he said they did. They took a 2000s Freightliner setback front axle, chopped the front end off it, horns, and you made it all work. Well, it needs a little work. I looked at it the other day. A decent truck, just like all of them, needs a little work. But I'll get this thing outside. I'll give you guys a good view of it. Get it out from all this collection of stuff down here in the shed. But definitely want to do something with it here one of these days. But anyway, thanks for watching. Check it out later.